Good evening, everybody. Welcome
to another episode of not an episode, another episode of the talk show with your host Martin. Uh, hmm. I just found out that the song from DJ Khaled for free is actually a sample song, and for a moment I was like, how much music does one have to have listened to be able to sample a song that was sung in the 1990s and the 2000s for an album, and the song becomes a hit? It's, I guess that's where art truly is, man. Taking something, reinventing it, and making it seem new or novel again. Hey, what? Hey, sawa true. I we get to know more, man. We really get to know more. It's it's a different world, you know. It's a different world. We get to know things every day, so it means that the world, which technically means the world will never be the same because we only live one day at a time. So when that ends, so we get something new. So well, anyway, I guess the essence of life is novelty. To enjoy every day of it. To realize that we have to really bring ourselves together, really enjoy the moment. You know, when I tell that, it's it's amazing. You know when they say you have to live in the moment, is when I realized, by the way, that it makes a lot of sense because it's only now that there is, man. Hey, man, philosophy, man. We are going to get philosophical over here. So yeah, but like it's it is it is some it is it's profound, man. And yeah, we have to live now. Ya kesho ni ya kesho. What truly is now. We get to know, to learn everything every day over here. Uh, I can see CP, VP man, VP.
Hey, how are you doing?
Me niko sawa tu. Mi sinanga, mi maisha yangu tu iko fiti, man. Sinanga, I'm always good. Yeah, always good, man. What about you, man?
Uh, no worries, I'm doing great. I can't really attest that anything interesting has happened, but no bad news is good news. Yeah?
Man, maybe, but what is what is bad news and what is good news?
Uh, Bad news would be what anything you do not enjoy hearing about.
Pardon, I haven't sijasikia kile umesema hapo mwisho.
Anything you would not like to hear about. Like anything that makes you uneasy.
But is it really bad because it is bad, or is it bad because you see it as bad?
Bad is a matter of perspective. Yeah, definitely I see it as bad.
Yeah. So self and an opportunity to see things, you know, you can't you can't just say it is bad, yet at that moment in time you have the opportunity to see it not just as a bad event but just an event of life.
I'm a realist, so I'm not going to, I'm
Uh-huh.
not going to go out of the way to unpack the whole reason in 2 minutes without
No,
I
no.
believe in the scientific method. So, like, I need a lot of convincing. I don't know. I've been called a narcissist because of this.
No, I'm not saying I'm just unpacking. What I'm saying is we, we have just realized it that it is just bad news because you, like, I have decided that it is bad news. Ampata. But then it is just news of things that can happen. If I stop seeing it as bad news and just like an event in life, will it not be easier to go through it? Let's say, for example, will it not be easier or less burdensome if you looked at it objectively? I'm not saying to be devoid of emotion. All I'm saying is it may it may serve us better if we saw it from a from a neutral point of view. Let me use a neutral point of view than an objective, a neutral point of view. Because it may have happened, but does it really affect who you are?
Uh, Depends. I, for one, cannot speak about myself, considering I do not have basically my long term vision. Also, what do they call it? Foresight is not on 24/7. I tend to move with the moment. There's sometimes I might think that in that moment, yeah, this is. But looking at it in the long term, yeah, you are right. Some things do happen for the greater good, but depends on how the person in question is going to see it at that particular moment. If you do have the vision to see how it will work out, yeah, you're a better man than me.
But I'm not saying I'm not saying you have to see it ahead. I'm talking about now, because only what truly means everything is now. So if I'm able to understand that this event does not truly affect me as me, like it does not impede me from being myself, yeah, then I can take a neutral point of view and see it for it as just another event in life that would have happened. You know,
Yeah.
it it, it, it is just bad news because we ourselves did not expect. We think life is predictable. We hold too much. We hold attachments but we hold attachments in various forms. Ampata. So once things that don't go our way happen, the attachments are what amplify the emotions that we experience when bad things happen. Am I making sense?
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's now it comes back to the question, like, is it, do we have to say we are always at a bad state? Don't you think maybe if we always put ourselves or our best foot forward in the moment, we may have a better chance?
Yeah.
You know, it's it's some profound. I wasn't expecting this to go philosophical, man. This wasn't the plan for today.
Hey, yeah. Let's get into
Uh-huh.
what's on the menu today. What are we? What are we hashing out today? So there's a Java.
No, actually, uh,
Go
ati?
on. Go on.
No. Says no, uko unasema mambo ya Java?
Nasema, is it your Java? Are we doing philosophy? Yes. What's on the topic?
Okay, uh the idea was, okay, follow. I usually follow inaitwaje, unajua Andrew Kibe akona Patreon, so he usually has a morning show every Monday to Friday. So me, I usually catch up on hello.
Yeah, nasikia.
So like ukimsikiza na ukisikiza hizi morning shows for a while, unapata you come to a realization that your family may not be the good people in quotes that we perceive they are.
Nobody's perfect.
No, see, I know nobody is perfect, but ni kitu nilikuja kurealize, because once I start looking at my family as every other human being, I realize it has never occurred to me that I can see them that way. Did I explain that?
Well, I know the effect is called what is it? Rose-colored glasses. Basically, you have people seeing the world through rose-colored glasses. It's basically someone who looks at life and see, and basically puts a beauty filter on. So the things that they find comfort in. So apparently, when it ends up going sideways, it hits them harder than most.
Pardon?
when you live your life,
Uh-huh.
viewing it through rose-colored glasses,
Mm-hmm.
more times than not, you're not really ready for the fallout when things go sideways.
True, true. But then I pose a question.
Uh-huh.
Were you not supposed was it was were you not supposed to be equipped to be able to see it? Unpata? To be able to see yourself with rose colored, hey man, those glasses, because it feels like, okay, now let me not use the word feel. It seems, no, it comes to be that this person sees that as his reality, yet that is not how it's supposed to be. And the people who are supposed to show them this is how it is are not. Then the moment you realize you you are handicapped, kind of, unanipata?
Yeah.
But you do not see it until other people talk about it, is when you now try to superpose it on yourself, and you're like, holy shit. So maybe I have been seeing things the most fucked up way possible. And and nobody ever told you that's not supposed to be, this is how it's supposed to be. Ama, those who told you it was supposed to be, told you based on their interest. You know?
You're talking about based on their interest. You remember we talked last time about gaslighting and how people adjust someone else's point of view to fit their own needs.
Exactly. And then now you can imagine finding this being done to you by your family. You know, the people who you pull out your heart for. The people who you think have the best test of interest for you. You come to realize that the only person who has the best test interest on you is yourself. You know,
I know
and
that
you. No, talk. Niko nimemalizia hapo.
I was just reminded me of one as a child. I never used to understand people who had that issues. But the more I grew up, the more I came to get it. I can personally say from experience, my family is not the most. It's not the most. It's not the wildest family. But, I mean, my immediate family is in that region, but extended family, a lot of was down. Like you can imagine, growing up as a child, I had the same rose-colored glasses I was talking about. Like as long as someone has the type of uncle or aunt, these are people who never wish harm on me. But you know, as you grow up, your mind gets open to more. The second thing I was remembering is
Mm-hmm.
uh, growing up, I believe you're a bigger fan of than I am. It's not the same. Uh, there's this song you listen to as a kid. If it happens to you as an adult and then you start thinking, oh my God, think I think it was just after high school listening to Fall Out Boy. It was a song lyrics that goes, sometimes the person you pick the bullet for is behind the trigger.
Hebu ngoja, nasikia kama unapotea. Nika unaenda karibu na mic, unarudi karibu na mic. Kama unaweza enda karibu, kama unaweza leta mic as close as possible to your mouth, inaweza kuwa poa.
Actually, today I'm starting a position where I literally can't even move. Instead of last 6 minutes, unstable connection. But can you hear me now?
Yes, I can hear you now.
So as I was saying, the second thing I was remembering was a lyric from a Fall Out Boy track. A lyric that says the person you take the bullet for is behind the trigger.
Yeah, man. True. That is so
I think that's relationships, and when strangers who become friends, who become lovers, then go back to strangers again. But it applies to family and bonds as well.
True. Okay. Now on this story, especially in this rose-colored glasses. Today, leo nilikuwa najiuliza, why were we told if you watch porn you'll go to hell? So yet porn is not bad. It's just another form of entertainment, It's just that it's the same as cocaine. Just don't take a lot of it and you'll be fine. So it really made me come to realize that I never had the opportunity to understand what's porn's place in this reality. And so I never got the chance to be able to interact it on a neutral point of view, on a neutral stance. So because now siku approach in my best way possible, I was never able to understand that it is not something that it is just something, it's just part of life, but unakam realize we do not give people don't get the chance to understand these things. So by the time you come to this realization, you realize that there was a point in time where you could have understood it, but fortunately or unfortunately, somebody never gave you the platform for you to understand. Because if you want what?
Yeah, I get the idea. I get it.
Yeah, because you can imagine, like, is porn really that bad that we have to hide it?
No. I said, like on a previous discussion, there are two different ways we grow up. Everything we know is either based on knowledge or fear.
Yes. And we do not get the chance to be able to understand what is truly what we are interacting with, because you can teach a kid anything, and but okay, if I'm kama nigeelezwa niambiwe, by the way, this is just another form of entertainment, and this is not what you're supposed to do, you can just watch it, but don't. It's just like a movie. Then maybe my perception of porn could have been different. The same way countries have realized that if you decriminalize drugs, drug addicts wanakuwa better, and the usage of drugs in your country goes plummeting down.
I'm explaining that to an African mom. Yes.
And that is the point. Now we have so much problems. Our parents had so much problems. They were not able to see this because they never had the chance to see it. Out of sight, out of mind.
Yeah.
So I'm not blaming them by any chance, by the way. They did the best that they could. But this is a realization. I realized that this is what this is what I needed to know. Ndio ni kama, how can I put it? So nakumbuka tuki the pen spinning, the pen spinning trick yenye tuko tunafanya tukiwa class.
Yeah.
So nakumbuka you had to keep on practicing it ndio ukuwe perfect at it. Unapata?
Mm-hmm.
So with that same imagine that's how we interact with these things that are hidden. Unapata? So by the time we realize you're so good at it, it becomes so hard to be not good at it. And that's how we fall to addiction. Unapata? Because imekuwa habitual. Unajua, once the body once imekuwa habit, it becomes unconscious. Nani kitu nili observe of myself, like if you find yourself doing a routine, it is so easy to lose things while doing that routine. You can forget to do something, or forget kufanya kitu, because when you're doing it, you're not conscious. Ni kama ndio uweze kuendesha, let me say, mimi naendeshanga bike. So hata kama neza cruise along with my thoughts in my mind, I have to be also conscious to go kwa barabara and look around, make sure that I am safe. But you cannot do this unless unless something happened and ilikufanya ukarealize hivyo. Kama mimi niligongwa na gari. So after kugongwa na gari nikarealize, by the way, you need to be conscious. You need to be there. You need to be at the moment. You need to be able to tell yourself, relax, uko barabara. Check if you can be. If check and maintain your safety on top of what you're usually doing. Kama unasikiza podcast, your eyes become more active. You make sure you see what you want to see. Don't just assume you saw something. Unanipata? So until you become conscious of something, don't realize. So kama kitu ya porn, I didn't realize it until it bubble up to my consciousness. And I realize, by the way, I've been interacting with this thing in a disadvantaged position. So I need to be conscious enough to put myself in the position where I can win. You know. So you can imagine there were a lot of things that we could have been taught in our families. There could have been so much that we could have really come to grasp with. Unapata? Ndio by the time tumefika sahi, tuna understand. You know, you don't have been told ni hivi, but if unajua, once you understand something can be thought in a different way, una gain a new superpower. Now everything else, you start looking at it in that point of view. You start trying to see where was my thinking wrong. Like kama mimi, sometimes I retrospect and ask myself, kama naangalia maybe my previous relationships, najiuliza kwa nini kama iliisha, inamaanisha nili fuck up. So why did I fuck up? Then naangalia hizi vitu nilikuwa nimefanya zenye zinanifanya ni cringe. Unapata? But kabla ni cringe, what I do is and ask myself, why am I cringing? And that is where now I get to see what I wasn't seeing. Man, I just realized kuna vitu mob we were never able to perceive. That is the word, perceive, or be able to be given the tools to perceive these things. It's handicapping, you know, it's handicapping.
Yeah, I was about to say hindsight, basically.
And sijui, like, CP, have you ever thought of your mom as a woman?
Yes, rather not.
And I also realized that I have never, because na hii kitu nilikuja I came to realize it after kusikiza show za Kibe. It is that the moment tumekuwa grown up, our mothers should not be a voice in our lives. That is it. Nothing more. Ikifika hapo, she's your father's wife. Ampata? Because that's the only way utaweza kujimaintain yourself, because at that point utakuwa una compete na your father for your mother's attention. Na yet she's not your woman. You know, it's it's not something that I personally was able to like digest, because it's a perception I have never perceived. Unapata? The perception sijawahi perceive. So it is so foreign. Until najiuliza, has my reality truly been just a lie? You know. Ama maybe sipimi, I'm just pulling these things out of my ass. Labda mimi nimechizi.
You're not talking so far.
Because it's dumbfounding. That's all I can say. Na ni kitu unafaa kutackle. You know, that is the factor, not the factor of thing, but that's the reality. That is what we need to do. But nobody ever told us. Unapata, like, because nikikaa chini niangalie yenyewe, the moment nime move out, tutasaidiana aje na wazazi wangu? You know, because they can't pay your rent. Unajilipia rent, unajilisha, unafanya kila kitu. But they're still your parents. That is a reality. But then, that's all they are now. Wewe mimi kama Martin, sasa nafaa kuwa mtu mwingine. Ndio nikikuja sasa naongea with my parents na naongea with my mom as my dad's wife. Unanipata? Because obvious, yes, ni mom. He's my mother. She's my mother. Anyway, English ikuja na meli. She's my mother, but she has no voice. Haizi niambia nisifanye kile sitaki kufanya. Haizi niambia nisifanye kitu. Because ni mimi ndo nafaa kujiambia nisifanye kitu. Kama nataka kujiua, nitajiua. Hao kazi yao ni kusema god damn, huyu kijana alikuwa na roho menda akajiua. That's what there is, because the moment you became an adult, you became an adult just like them. Umenipata? Yeah, so
I don't think it's open with my kids, but not too familiar.
Me
I don't want to be the kind of parent
mi nataka tu kuniishi tu peke yangu, man. I enjoy my company, and that's what they use.
Yeah. Now I'm in that state of life.
No, me I like how I am now. If I can, if I'm going to live my life this way, so at least as a GPK anything, I can do anything. cause I man nime my host nimeka sijui. I like my bed just being with me alone. Sitaki kushare kitanda. Mi sitaki kushare kitanda cause nda make sure nimelala vizuri. Me I sleep always. So mi sitaki mtu aanze kuniambia ati sijui usonge huko, sijui ulali vizuri. Nope. No. Plus tuko wengi sana, tushafika 8 billion. Hiyo sipi ama network yako imeweza kuleta shida.
It's a bit spotty. I'm saying I'm trying to settle pahati inashika vizuri. I think am I clear now?
Uko clear.
I get exactly what you say. You enjoy your own space for the rest of your life. Trust me, I get
Yeah, man. Me, cause if I truly just look at it, we just want to fuck, man. Just want to fuck ladies. So see, I just fuck ladies. Really, what else is there? See, that's the interaction we have with them. So they keep it that way. It's like a story mingi. I'm not going to complicate my life with the. Kama akiitisha anything more, you kick her to the curb, man. Mini street sweeper. Akisema na belong to the streets, namwambia kuja nikusafishe. Sorry, delivery of that joke was poor. I can practice another one. Nakwambia CP, hakuna haja kucommit. Mimi nakwambia roho safi. Hakuna haja. Cause what you truly want is just pussy. Like, so why should you commit? Nico very abundant. Just make your chums very well. Kama unataka kufuck bitches, just fuck them. Watajileta, hata usiwatafute. Watajileta. Hata tunaweza sasa funga show hapo. Pardon.
You have a great point because as you said, following up on the next understand my views. The biggest mistake we make is thinking that making value on those who need us. They need us. Apparently, we do not need them.
Actually, I guess they're needing us, but seki kuna that route. Unanipata? Mimi, I want us. Unanipata? I want that thick ass. Unanipata? But sasa nitajiposition pali yeno na come. Cause what happens is, what we get wrong nilikuja kurealize ni tunaonyesha tunaendea hao madem with asemaje kiufisi, unapata. But what truly what should happen ni unafaa kuja in a position where how ladies wamejipresent to you, unanipata. Kila sasa ni Kibe anasema they need us. Unajika kwa the position where wanatokea tu. Sipi umechill tu somewhere, then poof, some lady asema, CP, is that you? You know I'm a fan. Uko like, hey, you're a fan. Unapata? What they think kile ina happening ni where we go wrong ni unaona hiyo dem amekuangalia, umemwangalia, then wewe ndo unaenda. Unapata? What we should realize ni sisi hatuna haja, ni wao. Because she's just one of many, but you are one of one. Unapata? So you're not supposed to play unaacha ya kuje, but sasa unafaa kwa sasa umejifikisha in a position where now yeye anajileta. Sasa we are going to back to do what? We're not after dollar bills, man. You go look for dollar bills. You say ati unaenda kufanya some illegal shit, man. You do something that needs at least 10 years of your time. At least 10 years. By the time hizo 10 years inaisha, uko in a place where hata mtu akichoma nyumba yako, you can build another one. You know, where we fail ni tunafika point pale tunaona pesa mzuri na sasa tunaanza kuji-indulge. Unapata? Na ni kitu nimekuja kurealize, by the way, ni kitu ni subtle, because unasema sasa simeweza kupata do, acha nifanye vile nifanye hivi, but then hapo sasa unafaa kuna double down. So sasa ujeki in a position where them see interest. Unapata? Like kuweka macho yako ni dem tu umeona. You never approach them. The moment you approach them, umewapatia the power. But uwezi sema nigoje dem ni approach, sasa kama mimi hata sina gari. Anani approach akisema nini? Hakuna kitu napata. But akijua anaweza pata air ticket to Bali, don't you think she will not hit your inbox? Yeah, man. That's why I want us to just double down, man. To double down. Then maybe then later on, Seluda sema, by the way, it's been a while since I've tasted some young pussy. Zinajileta tu. Ziko so abundant, you don't even need it. So na vile chumvi sai kila mtu hata ana shughuli kwake. But 400 years ago, salt was the most precious thing in this planet. So yeah man, unakuwa the diamond in the rough. Sasa imagine CP unaenda Concord Elegance and you're the only guy with the Mercedes S-Class, an AMG. Isn't that something?
It is.
Unarevia wasee hapo tu, unarevia tu hapo tu, wasee nasikia waru, and the ladies there are just getting wet to ni rivers tu ndo zina flow kidogo kidogo, ikue water catchment area.
Yes.
But then itakuwa okay. But anyway, nilikuja kurealize with the
At that time, me to the point. Yeah, after I've learned that, the only thing that usually comes to mind at that point is when you home.
pardon?
Yeah, that's literally the only thing I can think about. Like, when are you getting out of my house? Because I'm not falling asleep with a stranger in my room.
I haven't gotten sijakupata part ya mwisho.
Nasema, the only thing I can think about is when are you getting out of my house? Because I cannot sleep with a stranger in my room.
Mi hata kuambia mi kama ni dem na sleep over, then we are fucking all night. We are not sleeping. I sleep alone.
And if I'm done, you have to get out.
Yeah man, like unafanya nini kwangu? Usikuja kufuck then you go.
Exactly.
Sasa unatafuta ndo unamuitia Uber, unamtap, anaoga, achukua Uber, anarudi kwake. Yeah man, goja mi nitakuwa ni kitu toxic misogynist. Goja tu.
They were toxic a couple of times. They get over it. They will heal. They heal. Because if you have money, they heal faster than Wolverine.
Mi ni vile siongeangi. But then who gives a fuck? Me kama hata kwambia kama job, I never interact with the ladies. I do not interact with the ladies other than on a work-to-work basis. I never, if it's a joke, it has to be a work-related joke. No hidden flirting, no nothing. Like I'm as plain as a white wall. Because you never ever fuck your colleagues. Never ever fuck anybody you have a professional relationship with. No matter what they tell you. So some boundaries should never be crossed. And people think it's a joke. Acha nikwambie. Hey, sasa so I hope hata wakisikia watanifanyia nini. So there was this time job, just sasa si job tunahonga na trainings. So tuko tunatrainiwa juu ya what was it? Hiyo training. Nimesahau kwa training ya nini. I think haiko fun. Nimesahau kwa training ya nini. So nilikuwa nimekaa na unanisikia?
Yeah.
Unasikia clearly? So there was this lady namjua because tume hang out na besi yangu mwingine because yeye ana hang out na udem. Nime interact now because ya work. Napata but also tume interact outside of work. But sasa me as I told you, I'm a white piece of I'm a white wall. Like me sexual interest. Sasa wana hook up na colleague mwingine wake. Watu wawili ni how can I don't say that name. So vile employees wanaweza kuja kama interns, then I get trained for a few months kama trainees, unanipata?
Yeah.
So msema ametoka kampo, then anachukua na kampuni, anatrainiwa, then ana get employed. So unajua wanachukua wase in a bunch. So both are trainees, wana date. So I have no problem with that, by the way. So hii date tulikuwa hiyo training, pale nilikuwa nimekaa, the lady hapa amekaa opposite. Tuko tumekaa the same desk as this lady, but the guy they are hooking up with amekaa kwingine. Amekaa a few tables, like one table in front of me but the other lane. Unapata? So na kama vile desks zinakuwa zimepangwa mbili. Sasa nikaa nimekaa na Waweru, then ule msi ako desk ya mbele yangu, then the second lane ya katikati. Unanipata sasa? Taka uende back. Unanipata? So Ubo amekaa hapo. So ile time tumepatiwa break, Ubo anatoka hapo kwa sababu dem amemuita, anakuja hadi hapo. Anakuja sasa pale dem amekaa. And do you know what ran through my mind? Like Ubo amekaa 2 desks ahead of this lady. But udem akimuita, Ubo anakaa hadi kwa hiyo desk ya udem. Na sasa wanakam like wanaongea, unanipata? Get the picture?
Yeah.
So guess what thought ran through my mind? I just saw that this lady liked puppies.
Yeah.
And guess who's the puppy? The guy. Because how are you hooking up with me, but I as the man, I'm coming to you, na umekaa chini, yani mimi mwanaume nisimame nikuje kwako na umekaa chini? Like it felt like it felt, because unajua mimi niko nimekaa hapo opposite, unanipata? But me nime mind my own business. Okay, nime mind my own business ikisoma manga, but I'm observing my surrounding, because always ignore, let's be real over here, sindio? The plus I like observing people. So it felt like this guy was obliged to come here kuongelesha huyu dem. Unapata? Because this lady wanted attention. So this guy was like a puppy akiitwa na owner wake. Bosco, come. Anakimbia. Look, 2 desks ahead. Well, why don't you guys meet after lunch? Why do you have to get out from your desk to come to this lady's desk. Why don't you tell her? Because pale kwa mekaa, there was an extra seat. There was an empty seat. And she never went there. Sipi niambie, hiyo ni nini? Ama ni na kwamba ilikuwa nakaa hivi kwa sema maybe I'm saying my mind was just saying puppy, 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 puppy. That's the only thing that was running. I was like, wow, like this is how it is. This is how, like, and the thing was this lady was enjoying it. Like always iona because kwake sasa it's normal for her. You get? It is normal. So mimi like unajua vile unaweza kana msemo na chapa story, unapata? But mimi siwezi chapa story na dem because kitu ya kwanza tuko job. So if I'm talking to a lady, let's be gonna lead somewhere. There's no way I will spend my brain cells and not get something. Unapata? I'm not saying that that's what ladies are, but also what is there to talk about? We share nothing with her, so why should we talk? Kama ni kuongea lazima nijue kama ananifungulia ama ni aje sipi.
There's a time. This is something that even relates to today. There's a time. Listen to this case. This is going to sound bad, but it is what it is. We met at church. But, upon conversing, I only to see sometimes, she likes to have fun. So, fast forward, we've been talking for a while. Why don't you make the time and pull up? Kama kuniambia, is that really all that you can do, blah, blah, blah. Basically, she felt offended at the thought. Nasemaje ya hivi, thumbs up, keep quiet. The next day, she calls, not yet. Hapo ameipigia before. She calls to say, I'm just checking you're not mad about Jan. Why would I be mad? What happened to Jan? Oh, see, what he talked about it, I'm not mad. Usually, it'd be like that sometimes. No, from that day on, anytime we used to converse, would be in person. Because tukishatoka hapo pali hatuonani mimi sitamtafuta. Because if I'm not getting any action, then why am I even there? So
exactly.
It got to a point it was a friend of hers who was basically, how girls try to press you for information, but not directly. Asking like, oh, you talk to so and so, and yeah, I'm like, tumeonana leo tukaongea. I said hi, asked a few questions, tumeongea. Oh, I don't mean it like that. What else is that talk about? Hapo at that point, she said nothing. So clearly the friend hasn't been telling her everything. The only thing anamwambia ni this dude has cut down on his code. When I say it affects today, just before we went live, she texted me. This is the second time she has texted in about as many months, because the 2 months back when we texted her, this is the second time she has texted me. Very dumb questions. How are you? I'm going to answer I'm not taking. Sema kenye umesema tuendelee na life. But I'm not doing that the age where I would do a lot of work
Mm-hmm.
just for the hope, not even for the confirmation, just for the hope that I get a crumb of peace now. I'm past that.
Nakwambia, that's so true, man. Like, we need to realize that it's not us who's supposed to make the effort. Ama nime misunderstand what you're trying to say.
No. I mean, okay, not misunderstand.
Uh-huh.
I respect the guy.
Uh-huh. Who makes what? Unajua kuna katika ama ni network yangu.
Mine is good.
Maybe ni hebu endelea.
Can you hear me now?
Nakusikia.
I was saying I respect a guy who makes the effort.
Mm-hmm.
I also respect a girl who is upfront about, what can and can't happen. But the thing is, I believe that self-respect, or at least a part of self-respect, is knowing what doesn't work for you. Basically, you don't keep pushing on a door that's labeled closed. If it won't open, leave it.
True. That is so true. That is actually kile umesema ndio nimerealize what people tend to do is they try to open closed doors or try to occupy doors that have already been occupied because they think they can. People don't have respect, and the respect and also self-respect. So kile umesema true.
This falls under self-respect. Squarely under self-respect.
Mm-hmm. Yes, because me. But hey, acha kwambia that incident, mi sijui ili I've ever seen something so ingrained. Like I just saw it and realized it. Like umeona kitu and just at that moment understood what is happening. And then you're like, that is none of my business to talk about.
More than happens more than you think.
Hey, man.
I'm just standing there looking. Nope. Let me not speak.
Because acha nikwambie from the vibes I get from that lady, we'll see them. She craves attention because unajua unaweza jua mtu ana crave attention from the photos she posts. So CG naweza sema tu she expects attention whenever she is. Because mi niliona because place kwa tumekaa, she was the only lady around. Unapata? So she alikuwa the moment unamwongelesha vizuri, she will look at you. Unapata like ukiangalia vile ana act is like, kwani hao watu waniongeleshi? The body language, cause unapata mimi niko kwa phone nasoma manga, so I'm not expecting anybody to talk to me, and I'm definitely not gonna talk to anybody, but nikimwangalia ilikuwa like ana expect kitu ifanyike, ama maybe I was reading too much, cause it's just that's how it seemed. Unapata it seemed she wanted to be noticed. And you can imagine she's in a room of men, so you can imagine the pull she has to be noticed, and you can imagine how many men would be willing to give it to her, elevating her ego. It's a fucked up world, man.
It is.
But at least ajaingia. I hope ataisikiza hii episode.
It might be better for you.
It will be better for the guy. It will be better for the guy.
It might end up eventually saving his life.
Cause actually, Missy Dream, people do not understand that you should not, as long as it's professional, don't get professional with their genitals. Just keep it strictly business, not pleasure. And we do not, sijui kwa nini hatuunderstanding hii kitu. Unajua hadi in my class campo, mimi niko na preachia watu, like tukiona hii discussion naambia watu never date in your class. Sasa nakwambia but Martis, mimi naambia tu Rosa, the moment you guys will break up, hakuna venye utakuwa ukiangalia hiyo class vizuri. Utakuwa umewaste pesa za wazazi wako kuja shule cause sasa umekosana na mtu enye mko class moja. Imagine having your ex in the same class. Then ninja mwingine anabang your ex hapo na kuna kitu unaweza do. Imagine the mental stress you have in a class. Mimi naambia watu, don't lie to yourselves. Dudes, do not lie to yourselves. Me, the ladies I used to hang out with when tulikuwa class moja, not even one they might try to hit upon, like at least because me I knew bisi mtu neza wapate kile wanataka kitu ya kwanza, because hao ni wasichana wanataka my boyfriends and me I just want the pussy. So hapo tungekosana mara that. And sasa imagine sasa umekosana na watu wa class, itakuwa so awkward. Unaingia class because wako hapo mbele ya class, so imagine unaingia class unaona ex wako on the front row. We just want to fuck anywhere and anywhere.
At this point, fahali ilifikia.
Yes.
Nikijiambia mimi.
Nakusikia.
We have to get rid of this mentality that they might any form of attention to do you a favor. That one, that one has put my brothers in trouble. My fellow niggas have, great men have been failed by that bullshit.
That true.
Now
Na
the
mimi
biggest, continue, sorry.
niko nasema and then one of the things unaweza fanya ni kustarve the lady of attention. Kama unataka kuhit your dem, don't give her the attention she wants. Unamwambia by the way, unakuja ama ukamu. Akisema wewe unamwambia unajua ni aje fiti, unakata simu. Utaona vile atakopa kupigie. But anyway, we're not here to advocate for people to go and be promiscuous. We should practice abstinence and be wise enough to choose the people who we are going to have sexual intercourse with. Let's just not fuck any Mary Jane or Rosie. Hey, Merayu.
Ile ya kubang just anybody. People are banned, they can't even explain to my boys.
We just learn. We all have skeletons in our closets. Let's just make sure they never come out.
Yeah, I should probably super glue mine to the wall.
True, man. True. Nilitumia brother yangu ile picha ya ile meal.
The fried rice.
Sasa akafikiria hiyo nyama ni kuku. Juu ya the pinkness.
But doesn't your brother know that pink chicken, or rather raw chicken, is deadly? Do you know how dangerous raw chicken is?
I do not know. You tell me.
Google salmonella. Or rather, okay, when I do unajua kupika, tell Mark to Google salmonella.
The salmonella kill.
Huh?
The salmonella kill.
Sometimes, but I guess, well, mostly white people, because I guess some of them don't believe in vaccination.
But nilikuja kujua
Salmonella is bad. Like if you're salmonella, it's a parasite or a bacteria. I think it's a bacteria. You know, mostly like undercooked chicken, fish, or pork. Which is why you can make a steak out of beef, but you can't make a steak out of pork. This is medium rare, kama hivyo. Yeah, you're not supposed to have rare chicken.
Wait, you can't have rare chicken.
Yeah.
Wait, so somebody cannot have rare chicken.
Na sasa unaonanga, ndio maana nakwambianga saa zingine when I'm watching videos of people making food. Nikiona, and this is why I keep insisting this is white people shit, because I have never seen any other ethnicity undercooked chicken.
By the way. But rare beef is amazing. I I I thought people were crazy having rare meat, but once you taste it, you realize that you've been missing a lot.
What you just need to understand is just have a list of food that you are allowed to cook in different ways.
Because especially the juice, the meaty juice of the rare part is what just gives it the kick. You know, you're eating such the meat is already grilled well, but now adding the raw taste of it just makes it taste well done. You know, it's like it's well done meat all of a sudden, but with a hint of the juicy meat, the it's like sort of rawness in it. You know, it's like eating. It's like eating. What is this thing called? Meat pie. Kuna hiki kitu ilikuwa ni kama sausage imerapiwa, unaikulanga tu hivyo raw. Ni nyama bite? Hapana. Ni nyama bite? Hapana. Ni cover yake ni ya red. Ni Farmer's Choice. I think Farmer's Choice. Sama ni Kenya Meat Commission. I don't know which two.
Dude, I'm telling you, it's nyama bite. I'm holding one right now.
Yeah, ni kama sasa kula nyama bite, kwa sasa iko grilled. Just iko na a taste of grilling in it. That's how I perceive rare meat, you know? It's like nyama bite, but it just been grilled a bit. It just has that crunchy taste of it, but it's just juicy enough to not be raw meat.
You know what the funny thing is? You know what the funny thing is?
What is the funny thing, man?
I actually do that with nyama bite.
Wait, you can grill nyama bite?
On a pan, but I don't grill it like a whole unit. What I do is like thin slices, ndio zikae kama like pepperoni, alafu naweka kwa mkate with some eggs. That's breakfast.
How about you try making stir fry with them? Like you use the stir fry method, then replace the kimchi with nyama bite.
I haven't used them in a stir fry. I just nikazikausha, nikazikatakata into small pieces. I diced them into very tiny pieces, mixing the pieces with diced bacon, and then Indomie with some onions.
Yeah, man, because we need to change we need to add the amount of dishes we eat, man. Because we don't eat. We're not efficient enough in what we consider as food. Because me Palimefika, I don't believe we should dispute this wide range of foods, especially now that we are a village. We are a global village. I should be. I think it is. I think I should be able to know how to use a chopstick. Not because it's a mandatory, but it will be good for me to know how to use a chopstick because it is something else I can have. If I don't if I don't want to use a spoon, if I decide to use chopsticks today, then it will decide on the food that I make. But now kile tu watu wanasemanga tukula ugali skuma, ugali mala, mchele maragwe, chapati cabbage, ugali cabbage, ugali maragwe, uh, uh, mchele cabbage, mchele mala, ugali skuma, chapati skuma. Kuna kitu ingine nimesahau, githeri. Si ndivyo? Sisi ndo tunakulanga.
Yeah.
So you can imagine ukiambia mse unakula spaghetti na kwambia ni chakula wase Upton. Then you ask yourself, the Italians have been eating spaghetti for centuries. How is it that ugali is superior? If ugali was superior, don't you think maybe they could have been eating maize meal? Mimi nachukia ugali.
That is not superior.
Eh?
Ugali is not superior. The only reason people eat ugali is because it's convenient. Anyone who tells you ugali is superior has the expanded palate of a duck. Those things only process bread and grass.
I don't know. I think we should use those maize to make ethanol to fuel our cars. Unaweza imagine tukitoa ugali, how much we can actually be able to save as a country. Maybe tuseme tunaweza hiyo pesa yenye tunatumia kutengeneza ugali, we focus it on rice. We focus it on wheat. We start making things like noodles. We're focusing on those. We focus on maybe soy. We focus on any other thing other than maize. I can't miss only kama hiyo ni even the Nigerians don't use maize meal. They use cassavas to make fufu. Because cassava is better. I don't know. Imagine hata to replace tu na cassava zero safi. Tutengeneze ugali zetu na cassava basi. Unless cassava makes sense.
We have to want to expand our palate.
Yeah, man. Me, I'm going to keep on researching. Lazima ni come up with a full month's timetable. At least ninaweza repeat chakula after a week or after 4 days. That is the aim. So CP, any final submissions? Acha tufunge spaces leo. Tufunge mapema.
the takeaways. Now, the final submission could be for those who are yet to expand their palate. I just have one suggestion. Mshahara ikiingia, eat that money. You can't exactly, you know, 2 weeks in, atakuwa na excuses nini, but hiyo siku. Okay, I'm not saying people don't trust bills. Before you leave the office, please pay your rent and whatnot. But after, let's try something new. Kuhara is temporary, but the memory is forever.
Umesema kuhara, nikakumbuka story fulani ya dem fulani aliniambia alikula mahindi choma. When she got home akaanza kuhara. Akaanza kujiuliza nani ambaye hara juu ya mahindi choma? Man.
Mahindi choma. Habari
Let's go check but internally I was out. Ati? Mimi sijui kusema. CP. So wait tutaonana next. We see each other next week. My final submission is let us try to we should put ourselves in positions where we are able to perceive things that we can be able to see and win. If we let us be able to always put ourselves in positions of us winning, and that is how we will build our powers. Recognize that you are handicapped, your family ties tied you down, but this is how life it is. What is more important is the moment now. Now is what is real, and now is what that truly matters. Good night. See you on the next episode. And you can be able now to catch full episodes on our Patreon. Join our community on Reddit at subreddit at Chumbani. Can't wait to see you next time, people. Same time, same place.